Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Woodward's Watercolors. Now tonight what we're going to do is we're going to draw this beautiful scene of a place called Tranarossan Bay, which is in Donegal. It's in, what area is it? It's in Downings in Donegal. That's where it is, in the wild Atlantic way. It is absolutely beautiful. We've got the grey sky and the lovely tone of the water of the sea, and then these really muted tones of the just how green the hills are. Anyway, it's absolutely beautiful. This is to relax because we've been emptying our attic over the past really couple of weeks, and it's been a great process, but my goodness, I just need to chill out. So what I'm using, this is my new pencil roll. That will be in one of the associate links. And as I was going to say, as always, but what I'm using tonight are my beautiful Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils. So we're going to make a cup of tea. Got a different type of tea tonight. Gonna make a cup of tea and then we're gonna make a start. So come on, let's get a brew first. Okay, so here we are in the little, I love this little cozy little section. This used to be in the kitchen, but actually just use it for my cups now. So let's get the kettle on. Looks like it's going. Tonight we are using Marks and Spencer's Christmas spiced tea bags, which are really rather nice to enjoy at any time of the year. And I'm going to do, oh, the smell. Oh, it's glorious, that cinnamony, spicy smell. And it's a nice square tea bag this time, quite like a square. I'm so used to round now. Anyway, use my little glass mug, milk in already. I know for some of you that's the most disgusting thing in the world, but what I shall be doing is getting the kettle to boil, which it is doing, and then I will leave the tea bag in so that it gets stronger and stronger. But why don't you pause the video right now, go and make yourself a cup of something or a drink, and then unpause it, and we'll make a start on Tranarossan Bay together using Derwent Inktense pencils. Okay, so here we are. I've got the tea, and I love this bit where the bag just keeps on giving you more and more. So we'll leave that and let that brew for a little while. So I have got two new colors which I purchased this week. We have got Ionian Green, which is 1320, and you know, whenever they're brand new they have this really flat kind of sharpening, which is pretty cool. It's a way to tell that they're brand new. And then Chinese ink, which is 2030. So the scene is full of lots and lots of green. So we've got and also some light beachy colors. So we'll go through all of these later again, but we've got tan 1720. We have got green, I'm holding these in the wrong place, aren't I? We've got green aquamarine, which is 1220. We've got sea breeze 1225, that one is. Now, I might not use all of these, but I wanted to have them lifted out because they were the colours that I was identifying in this actual scene. Leaf green 1600. We've got beach green, which is 1510. Promise you we're nearly there. We've got oak, which is 1730. Light olive 1540. I feel like I'm a bingo caller, or else I'm doing the, you know, the shipping forecast. And olivine, which is 1340. Okay, so we're going to make a start. And what I want to start with, I think, is, what do we start with? We could start with the Chinese ink. That would be interesting because that's going to give us a bit of an outline. So I'm just going to do this little bit really nice and loosely. Now this is where we will set the tone for what we're going to do. And actually, interestingly, I didn't really start on I did start on the left actually, but starting in the middle, just reading across, leaning a little bit heavier for this section, and then down it goes, down. That lovely angle to get that sort of bay kind of shape that's coming across there. And it is actually very simple in shapes. And then we've got this, we'll actually move it across there, this kind of a loose line coming across here diagonally. Let's just move that up there. Okay, and then in the beach then we've got this kind of a line here. And then across here we've got a line coming across there for the land that's coming out sort of about on the bay. Just another little bit there. And then also we've got another little mountain range. This area is absolutely stunning. This is the wild Atlantic way. So if you've ever had cause to visit it, It is absolutely stunning. Okay, so that's the basic format that we're going to go into. Now, I desperately want to try. What I will do, sometimes what I like to do is get the colours. So I look and see, okay, what colours are present in this? And then just have a look around. Now, they've got the Chinese ink. And it's probably going to be quite good for the sky. But I've also got the Payne's Grey, so let's put that in there too. 2110K. So we're just going to play about with a bit of this to just add in, and we'll go back to that Chinese ink as well. And we're going to use that on its side, it's ever so slightly, to just more kind of lightly, but keep that pencil marks. Now, I had another comment this week about the pencil marks, and it's funny to me because I'm going to put in a little bit of blue there. Now, what blue have I got? This would be good blue. This is dark cerulean. This is exactly what I was looking for, because there's ever so slightly, it's the lightest little bit coming into the sky there. The interesting thing to me about the comment was it was about the fact that you could still see the pencil work, and I find that really interesting because that's the thing that I absolutely love about the Inktense. And for me, then I find it interesting that people want to somehow use the watercolor pencil. I know there's also controversy as to whether they're watercolor pencils or not. Just doing a wee bit of outline in here, but to use them without having the quality of a pencil, or using them like they're a half pan. Now, I just wouldn't do that, because I would then use just trying to find this Ionian. There it is, the Ionian green. I wanted to use it this time. Haven't even swatched it out yet, but we're gonna just jump in there. For me, then I would use a half pan of watercolor, and that's what I would use to get the actual color on the page and have it like a watercolor. So that's really interesting to me, and I also, in my response back, communicated, you know, I appreciate that everybody's different and there's different ways of doing it and things, but it is interesting when you have a thought about something and someone else's is just completely other. Okay, so not using a lot of pressure for this bit here. That bit's obviously going into the clouds a little bit. This hopefully should be quite quick as well. It's going to bring a little bit more. Now, what I will do is probably get in a little bit just of that, the tan underneath there, the 1720. Now, I haven't even tried this Ionian before, so I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. Now, this is the tan. Just trying to track the line of that beach a little bit. I'm actually thinking that if I do that strong enough, then actually there will be probably no need. Now, what I will do is pick up a little bit of the Sicilian yellow, just for along there, and just a slight amount here, okay? And then actually, while we're at that, so the Sicilian yellow is 0200. While we're at that, then, see, is there other places where I can see this tan? So let me just bring that in. And remember that kind of almost like a shaking movement that I'm doing. Oh yes, I wanted to do the ocean. So the sea breeze, from what I could see, there was a little bit there. Now, remembering while I'm doing this that these are really strong. It's got this funny line of the tide coming across there. I'm going to put in a little bit of oak if I can find it, wherever my oak is. I think I had oak in here. I did. There's oak 1730. So just wanted to put in just a little, sort of trying to identify some of the different tones that are there. So I'd use that sea breeze and then the green aquamarine, I think. I think that's it. So we'll use the sea breeze again this time in this. I'm just going to pick up on this as we go through. I am actually absolutely delighted with this Ionian green, because it feels to me like it's exactly the kind of color that I've been looking for. It's those sort of earthy tones that I absolutely love. And just changing the position of the pencil to get a sharper line there. And this actually is coming down a little bit more into this, more like a crawling out a wee bit there. That's the other thing's lovely to do, is just bring slight corrections to the thing as you're doing it, you know. Okay, so then we've got these sort of lines. Just noticing, studying as we go, keeping the pencil moving. For those of you who are maybe new to the channel, or you've never used Inktense before, it'll all make sense once we bring the water into it because it's just the most wonderful thing. And the thing again that I love is that actually we are going to be able to still see these pencil marks as we do this, which is for me again part of the appeal. I know I've said this before, so I should really get off that now, shouldn't I? This is where you all say to me, enough Colin, stop going on about it. I'll just mix those two in there together. Jut the headland, or not the headland, jut that sort of where the bay is. There's the line of the bay, you know. So Tranarossan Bay, or Tranarossan Bay, is just part of one of the most beautiful places on earth, which is Donegal, with its unspoilt beaches. And just, you know, the beaches are beautiful and they're miles long, and it feels like you rarely bump into anybody, you know. It's just an incredible place. If you ever get the opportunity to visit Donegal, I hardly recommend you do. And if you go there, give yourself about a week at least, just to hang out there, visit a local pub, get a nice cup of coffee somewhere, just spend some time and let it slow you down, because it is most definitely a slower pace of life. Okay, so the pencil's blunting a little bit, but I'm trying to use that to my advantage. And also, I could be rolling it around if I was actually drawing, but I'm not drawing. I'm actually just trying to keep it on the move. But actually, now that I've said that, I actually will bring a little bit of drawing into this. Okay, now in the background here, let's use this Chinese ink for these mountains. I have no idea what the Chinese ink actually is like. This is risky as ever. There's only one sure way to find out, which is to actually use the thing. See where it goes. Okay, and I think I'll put in a little bit more oak, actually, wherever my oak is gone. Beloved oak, where are you? There you are, gotcha. Just going to put in that in just a couple of different places, and really this is trying to think in terms of color mixing and what's going to go on whenever we add the water to this. I love that bit, absolutely love that bit. Never gets old, never gets old. Okay, so we're going to use some olivine to pick some of these kind of marks here. So anyway, Tranarossan Bay is in the Downings area of Donegal, and we had the privilege of friends had rented a house there for, I think it was 2 weeks, and we went and stayed with them for a week, which was just wonderful. Gee, I was nearly about to tell you what it is that we've done as a family. I can't wait. I will do a video to show you what we've done. It's very exciting. It's been an exciting week and a busy week, but it should open up lots of possibilities and doors and maybe a few windows, and we'll have lots of fun with it. So I shall say no more. Don't guess, in case you get it. That would be deeply disappointing. Light olive as well. We're going to bring some of that in here too. Now the olives in this range are very milky, so I just want to be careful. Just want to be careful of that as well. Okay, that'll do for that. And then let's go back to the Ionian. I've been loving this Ionian. That was flip, I didn't swear. It's just such a good, it's like the colour I've been looking for, you know. I should have the full set, maybe one day, but probably, you know, if I had the full set, it would be a waste because I would never use it. I'm going to really be using only the ones that I sort of selected are going to work for me, you know. Okay, so in the true habit of putting things back, I really have all the greens and all the blues together, but I don't. I just have them all filling the little slots. I don't know whether you're like this, you like enjoy putting things back in, but I most certainly do. I'm excited to see what this Chinese ink is like, and also the Ionian green, the brand new Ionian green. Okay, so then this is the cool bit I love. So oh, you can actually click it there too. So you just roll it up. We could make a joke about the circus, but I won't actually do that. That would be too destroying. So nice little roll up. We'll put that away. Okay, now I'll put in the Tranarossan Bay later. I also had forgotten to sign it, which is always, I think, important. Be proud of your work. Colin 25. Now, what will I use? I was actually thinking tonight I would use, let's use this one, Okay, so this is the brush of choice for the evening. It's a Rowney. I would say it is an inch. It looks like an inch. And we've got the trusty, oh, I have to try my tea. We've got the trusty Nutella, used Nutella jar. I remember the tea being more spicy. It's actually quite orangey, which is quite nice. Okay, so we're gonna look to the skies first. So, oh yeah. So the blue just working really quite nicely, pulling out in different sections, cleaning the brush off at different points, because the thing about the Inktense is that they will actually carry the color, which I love about them, but also you don't probably want to do that too much. Just the more that you get to know them and how they act, that's going to be quite important. So let's get a wee flick going there. Okay, now the next bit then is we're going to move across to this little mountain scene. Let me get my little sponge wetted, so if I need it I can go for it with it. Always have a rag to the side as well. I've had this rag for years, but always have a rag to the side just so you can wet it off if you need to. So, all right, this is much darker than I thought. It's actually not that bluey either, which is okay, but that's certainly a point of learning. I forgot to put in, do you know what? We'll do that with the Inktense a little bit later on. You're just going to touch on this beach. So like I thought, the tan is going to provide me with the tone that I need, okay? And then we're going to move this actually across to this part of the sea. It's coming out now, it's lovely and vibrant. A little bit brighter than I thought it would be, so let's move that and mix that. But again, it's okay. I'm going to pull that down further than beyond what I've drawn. Just, oh yeah, I like that splat, that came out well. Okay, so let me shift down the brush. The brush is a little too big for me. We're going to go to the Rowney Flat Wash Simply. Yes, it feels much more comfortable. Okay, so we're going to then begin to pull. This is the Ionian doing its thing, and it's mixing in with the, I'll draw that in. It's mixing in with the Chinese white, which is much darker than I had thought, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're going to, oh yeah, and then that's good, the way the oak is balancing and working with the Ionian green. Pulling around there, just cleaning off that brush so I'm not carrying too much of washing in then the olive, and then we should be pulling up a bit more of the brown again. Loads of water this time, leaving nice little gaps where I can. And the more I find that the more white that I leave on the scene, the more actually it feels like there is light present in what I'm painting, which I suppose makes sense. For me, the only white that I want to use is the white actually on the paper. I'm not going to go over this with white, you know, so that's, and sometimes I'm agitating it a little bit more to get it moving, to get it mixing, and other times I'm just really leaving it. Okay, so let's get a few of those splats down there, and then this bit should be interesting because this is, I'm going to drop the brush size down again. Sorry, I just, very aware there, I just nudged the camera, so let me nudge it back into position, and also let me zoom down for you so that you can see much more clearly what I'm doing. Okay, and then what we're going to do then is use brush strokes like this, just get this activated, get that so that that's looking like it's a much lighter section of it. Just moving the brush around, you can see I'm just rotating the brush like this. Okay, there we are. Now, what we need to do is, I need to get in, so I'm going to lift some of this green. I'm going to just draw in basically what was missing. And that's the absolute beauty. That's a great thing It's one of those happy accents in this, because that's one of the greatest things about I find about the Inktense is the ability to lift the colour from one place and put it somewhere else is just quite phenomenal. It's unlike any other media that I would use in that regard, you know, just being able to. I'm a little bit annoyed about that line there, but we'll just live with it. And there we are. There's Tranarossan Bay in Donegal. Hopefully you can see it quite well. Do you know what I will do is I'll actually lift it up towards the camera so that you can see it a little bit more closely. Just catch some of the detail. Tranarossan Bay. Well, what did you think? Wasn't it really interesting drawing it? I probably, if I'm being honest, enjoyed the drawing phase more than the adding the water. The colour, the Chinese ink was far darker and more earthy than I thought it would be. I thought it would be slightly bluer. But what I really enjoy is that it's a learning experience. It's a way to try something new out and to demonstrate that you want to work with it and learn from it. And it doesn't become this catastrophic disaster of, oh no, we just learn. There's bits of that I'm really pleased with. Some of it that I'm not so much, but I was really pleased with the drawing process. I hope you really enjoyed this. Really interested to hear your comments about this one and how you find drawing bays and getting the perspective of all that and mixing the colours and all that kind of thing. So as always, I want to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. For more information about me, you can head to woodwardswatercolours.co.uk and you'll find lots of information there, including a link to my Etsy store if you do want some of my art on your walls. Thank you for all of your support. Really, really good to see you. And I cannot wait to share with you our news. It'll be fantastic. It should be really, really good. It should be excellent for the channel. Okay, that's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed your tea. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now and see you soon.